Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys will all come back. Can you hear me? Hey, Stephanie, can you hear me? Okay, so hopefully everybody else will join us again. I knew I was going to do that. Now I'm all nervous because I had technical difficulties. Hey, Lauren, you made it. Can you hear me too? Yay! Hello. Hi, Jill. We'll get started in a few minutes. There were a bunch of people on the other live video. I actually had to switch laptops because for some reason my other one wouldn't let me use the microphone. So doesn't really help if I can't tell you how to make your cocktail. So while we're waiting for a bunch of other people, today we're gonna make a French 75, which is one of my favorite drinks. I'll give you a little history about it too. So the French 75 was invented in New Orleans at a bar called the French 75 Bar, which is actually a bar at the Arnaud's restaurant, which is on Bourbon Street, but it's one of the oldest restaurants in New Orleans. It's over, I think, 85 years old. I have to look that up, but I'll give you the original recipe, and then we'll also make one that is my favorite, which is a gin-based one. But the original one was cognac or brandy-based. So we can make one of each, but we'll just see. I hope everybody else got the memo. I'm gonna just put a note on the other one. So how's everybody doing where you guys are while we wait for other people? Oh, here, we can do this. Hi, Judy. Let's see. Let's see if all these people come back. Okay, well, we've got a bunch of new people. Thank you guys for everybody who just joined. Today, we're gonna make a French 75. So I kind of set up a little home bar and oh, there's Cooper. Cooper, get down. So in the, quarantine fest, we'll start by washing our hands. My camera's backwards in my kitchen. It's really weird. Hope you guys are all enjoying quarantine. I just thought this would be kind of a fun idea to do every day around happy hour. Just get everybody a little new fancy cocktail instead of just beer or homemade stuff that you're making. Make it a little fancy and just lighten the mood a little bit. I even put lipstick on for you guys. So French 75, there's a couple main ingredients. First of all, it's gonna be gin. This is really weird because it's backwards. Anyway, I chose Sipsmith today. Sipsmith is an English-based gin, which most gins are English. This one is really great for mixing in cocktails, makes a great gin and tonic, super easy to drink, not too overwhelming, but the botanicals are very light and refreshing. So that's my go-to for gin and tonic. And today we're gonna use it in our French 75. Normally I use Hendrick's, but I'm out of Hendrick's today. And this has kind of been my go-to favorite for the last couple months. So we'll use that. And then most people will actually use simple syrup, but of course, you guys know me, I like to kick it up a notch a little bit. So I use Saint Germain instead of the simple syrup. And then I just grabbed a cheap bottle of champagne to top it off with. This drink is really fun for like festive occasions, Friday nights, great in the summer and spring. And since we're hopefully almost to spring soon, I thought this would be a fun one to do. You'll also need fresh lemon for two reasons. We're gonna add lemon juice and we're also gonna add a twist for a garnish. I pre-peeled my lemon just because doing that on camera, I'm pretty sure I would cut my finger. So anyway, got some cute lemons there. And then I have my bar set up, which has my jigger, my spoon, stirring spoon. This is what I use to squeeze my lemon, strainer, And then I have a fancy machine. I don't think Debbie or Gary are on, but I got this awesome peeler from them a few years ago. So it makes these awesome long peels, and then you just soak them in a little bit of water and you can use them throughout the day. So I went ahead and squeezed my lemon also to start with. So now I'll just take everything out of here. This recipe calls for it to be shaken, but I don't like to shake the ingredients because it causes a lot of ice chips, and then you want a smooth drink that you're not kind of choking on the ice with. So we're gonna stir it today. So let me grab some ice. So once you have your ice, you want to take a jigger, and we're going to actually add half an ounce of lemon juice. I like to squeeze my own lemon juice, but you guys are more than welcome to use store-bought lemon juice. Not as good, but I feel like if you're making a craft cocktail, it's best to use fresh ingredients. Then we're going to do half an ounce of Saint Germain. And again, if you don't have Saint Germain, you can make simple syrup. Simple syrup is obviously simple to make. You just take half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. You can actually throw it in the microwave until it gets warm enough for the sugar to dilute in the water, and then you want to cool it. Or you can boil it, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water until it dissolves. And then our big main ingredient, the gin. And for those of you that joined late, the original French 75 was actually made with cognac or brandy. But during Prohibition in New Orleans, it was really hard to come by, but gin was very easy to get. So the modern day French 75 is made with gin, which I prefer. My husband, Greg, prefers cognac. So we can actually make another one with cognac if you prefer. I like both. Cognac's more of a wintry French 75. Gin, I feel like, is more spring or summer. So then we're going to add an ounce of gin. And we'll just pour that right on top. And then we'll take our bar spoon, a little fancy spoon. There's a couple different rules of thumb when you're stirring cocktails. For example, we'll do a Manhattan probably later this week. A Manhattan is a very strict 40 stirs, and in a very specific manner, all going the same way. For this one, I like it really cold, so I'll probably just stir it anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds, just until I kind of feel that coolness on the glass. That's going to do a couple things. It's going to cool our drink down, and then it's also going to dilute it just a little bit, which is nice. So today I've chosen 2 different glassware that you can use. Your traditional champagne flute is where you'll find most. I will tell you one of my pet peeves. A lot of restaurants now make French 75s. Number one pet peeve at a bar is when they put it in a martini glass, because a French 75 is absolutely not a martini. It is a champagne drink. Therefore, it gets in a champagne coup or a champagne flute. I'm going to make mine in a coup today just because I'm feeling like it's roaring 20s out there, and that's the glassware that they would have used. Okay, so now that we're done stirring, we're going to take our strainer. We'll just put it over the top. And if you guys don't have a glass like this, just any glass that you have will work. Even a shaker can. If you want to shake it, you can. Tends to be a little more messy. So that I'm just going to pour this into my champagne flute. Get all that good stuff out of the bottom. Shake it out real good. Then we will top it with champagne. Now, normally you want to top it with something a little more fancy than Andre, but Andre is cheap, and if I mess it up, it doesn't matter. I'm just drinking at home. So then we're going to take our garnish, and for this garnish, it's just a lemon twist. Traditionally, what you'd want to do is kind of twist and squeeze the peel right over the drink, and that's just going to give it some fresh lemon zest. Wipe it around the edge, and you're good to go. Cheers, guys. Also, I'll stay on for a couple minutes if anybody has any questions. If you want to learn how to make the one with cognac, it's pretty much the same. You just switch out the ounce of gin for an ounce of brandy or cognac. I'll put all this recipe on my page too, and I'd love to hear what you guys want me to make tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon and give everybody huge hugs. Missed you guys. Let's all stay in touch and stay healthy, and of course, wash your hands. Bye.